Hey guys, Romie here, so please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop, technically New York, Season 8, Episode 4, Streets Are Talking. Now, excuse me, this is definitely a very petty episode, a very he said, she said type episode. So I'm just looking at this mess like, alright, do I really want to entertain this? Do I really want to care about it? Okay. Where do I want to start? That's the most important thing. Are you gonna start with Lil Mo? Are you gonna start with Safari? Are you gonna start with Anais? I guess we can start with Safari. I guess we can start at the beginning. Safari and Dream Doll, they're slowly, getting this whole relationship thing up and going. And it's nice to see. It's nice because Safari has someone he gets to oodle and owl over. Now, while they're there in the glasses shop, she's kind of bringing up. Well, Dream Dolls talk about how now she has a problem. She doesn't have a problem with Mariah Lynn yet, but she definitely has a problem with Bianca. And she has a problem with Bianca because her friend Bree has a problem, and Bianca, she causes trouble. She's a mess. She's messy. And Safari's just looking at her like, you lucky you cute, because I really didn't want to go and deal with all this. He's like, word? What? I know he's just looking at her like she needs to get this stuff together because this isn't cute. Because that's all I was thinking. I'm like, this is a bad girls club. You're not in this. I need to go and get my. Actually, you are, but the way how you're doing it is wrong. And I'm just looking at her like, no, this is not the way to do it. This is not the way to succeed. This is not the way. So now Rich has a sit down with Bree because, talking with Bree and her family, because he manages her as well. So Bree and her grandmother. So now Bree, she's trying to focus on that, also trying to focus on the career, but then she's kind of bringing up the fact that she still has issues with Bianca, and she's just over it. She's like, oh, Bianca's a bum, Bianca's this, Bianca's that. Rich is looking at her like, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What should matter is the money. Are you really going to risk your business for her? Are you? Are you? So then Navarro comes in, and Navarro, apparently we are getting more of his resume now. When he's talking to Bree, he's saying how he's been the celebrity lawyer, the entertainment lawyer for like Fetty Wap, Monty, the Migos. I said, oh, names we know. I said, okay, that's how you started off. I'm sure he did that in the beginning, but whatever. So he's trying to transition into the management side, and so then it's like, oh, okay, you got some steam, you got some talent, definitely want to work with you, but again, it's that whole thing of, this is great and all, but she needs to chill. And side note, if I'm kind of helping you, Rich needs to help me out with Anais. Who? She's this Latin artist, and she's trying to break into the U.S. market, and it's like, oh, so it looks like this is not foregoing, this is foreshadowing a collaboration between Bree and Anais. And at this point, I can see it because we don't know either of their music. Let's just call it what it is right now. Then we see Dynamite KO. He goes and does the lie detector test because Lil Mo's saying, oh yeah, with just her son finding out about the cheating, because this is how it really is. The son found out about the cheating allegations, and now we get to go and say that this is their storyline. I don't care. I don't care at all. And we're going to move past that because I already know the results. She went on a separate TV show and did the same thing. And anyway, so then, as if we really need the lie detector test, Mariah Lynn, she goes, and who does she meet up with? She meets up with Bianca. And she meets up with Bianca because she says, apparently, Bianca and Sophia the Body, they're friends. So I said, oh, okay. I guess y'all can't be close friends because she's cackling at Mariah Lynn telling the story about how, this girl, she was going, and even though originally it was her and JR, then she went to surprise him, even though they're on the outs. And at this photo shoot, he was really cozy with Sophia the Body. And so then Sophia, she kind of did that whole, well, if you give me a minute to explain, first of all, and I agree that first of all, I said, who are you talking to like that? That was the first thing that came to my mind, but I'm not going to swing on someone because of that. Actually, it's not true. Mentally, I will. Mentally, you're getting decked. but physically not at all. I'm not going to touch you, not at all. That's what the mental's for. That is what, praise Jesus for the mental. Anyway, while all that's going on, we have this other issue of, well, I just wanted you to know that Dream Doll, you know, your Gwen's sister, now this is Bianca, said that, oh, because I have a problem with Brie, now if she needs to, she'll go and attack the both of us, meaning Mariah Lynn and Bianca. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm thinking, Mariah Lynn, if you really pop off because of something like, if you really pop off because you got this secondhand information, she said correctly, but the whole thing is don't get upset. Don't get upset. There's no need. Just calm down because I already see the wheels turning. We're back to Lil Mo, and Lil Mo, she's invited Dr. Jeff. Dr. Jeff's been on Braxton Family Values. He's actually hit up all like the urban or black reality shows. And honestly, they need a therapist. He's that guy. He is the one. So Lil Mo, she called him because it's been confirmed that he was cheating. It's been confirmed that he was cheating. Now, KL's trying to say that he didn't do physical, but yeah, he did it cyber, through the web. He was sending pictures. He was sending text messages. So he is pursuing an entire different relationship outside of his marriage, but he wasn't initially trying to call it cheating. I said, but 2 seconds later, he realized, wait, yeah, you're right, I'm wrong. Mo's crying because she was like, oh, this man's a good man. He's different. What did I do to deserve all this? And then she was like, and now with this coming out, it's like, Lord, what did I do to deserve this? Why can't I have someone who just will love me and only me? I'm thinking, I don't know. That's a great question. I don't have the answers. But Dr. Jeff said, you're clearly not trying to get a divorce. I said, bingo! Yahtzee! And he said, I'm glad you called me because you're taking the first steps. And I'm thinking, that's great, Dr. Jeff. Beautiful job. I believe that you believe what you're doing is working for them, or can be, or that they're taking the right steps. But we know different. But you have to be the optimist. I'll let you do that. So Juju, see, that name just messes with me because I'm like, Jew? That's what comes to my mind. I'm like, oh, okay, Juju. So Juju, she goes to meet up with Bianca and, lets Bianca know that, look, I've heard from the grapevine that you were having issues with Yandy? It was like, what? Yeah, because Bianca brought up the fact that she was able to secure a deal with Warner Brothers, and she was doing all this stuff without Yandy's help. Now, Bianca has always said how she loves Yandy. She knows Yandy loves her. She knows Yandy has her best interest. Yandy's like an older sister, but because she's busy, she's never felt like Yandy put enough attention on her. Yandy said that she would love to put more attention, but Bianca is the type of person to go left, and go lefty, left. And so she can't put all of her eggs in one basket. And now we get to this point of Juju's hearing that, oh, you have a real problem with Yandy, and that you were just talking greasy about her. And so I'm looking at Bianca like, I wouldn't be surprised. But Bianca, she put on the very convincing, like, yeah, I said some general stuff, but I never said some really just disrespectful on her character, on her as a person that you're trying to say. I said, okay, we know that you love Yandy, so we're gonna go and say you didn't do that either. But we need to figure out who did. And we find out very soon. Mariah Lynn is in Self's car and just trying to really just hammer it in to his head that your girl Dream Doll is causing problems. How are we supposed to be on the same side? How am I supposed to trust this chick when she's going, flapping her gums, saying that she's ready to go and scrap due to the fact that my friend, not even me, that my friend has a problem with her friend. That doesn't make any sense. So now she's trying to drag me into something I'm not trying to be a part of. How does that make any sense at all? And Self was trying to just brush it off like, look, you're blowing this out of proportions. Someone brought secondhand information to you, so why are you getting so amped up? I'm thinking, what he's saying is partially true. No, it's true, but it's also dismissive. Because How am I supposed to be on the same team as someone else who's willing to say, oh, they're going to scrap the moment they see me, if that needs to be the case because their friend has an issue with my friend? What? What type of business is that? So that's why I was like, Self, you're not getting the whole picture. Maybe you are. You're just trying to calm Mariah Lynn down because you know Dream Doll's not going anywhere. You want her on your team. So now we see that. So Remy, she's on the screen. She's on the screen with Papoose, and I have this just because I'm just thinking, oh, it's not Pap. Shout out to the store in South Carolina. Shout out to you securing a separate bag outside of music. Smart move. Because, I mean, it's just silly to think that music's just going to pay for everything. Come on now. No big artist just relies solely on music. Come on now. Come on now. On music, period. Not talk about merchandise, all that. Music. Now, the thing is, Remy, she's open to doing being vitro, but she also brought up that she was talking to Juju, and Juju was saying how it may not stick, and Pap was like, don't put that out there. Don't you dare. I understood where he was coming from, but I'm thinking, this is real life stuff. This is real life. She needs to mentally be prepared for if it doesn't work, that her world isn't crushed. Because if she's thinking it's going to work after one thing, that's terrible. So Safari, we knew that his uncle died. And this is the uncle that essentially was basically like a father figure in his life. And we don't know why as of yet, but we know that he did die because he was killed. He didn't die because he was killed. Let's be very clear. There's a huge difference. And I think might have been there in New York. I don't know if his mom, because I feel like his mom is in New York. Yeah, at this point. So that's just messed up. And he's just like, he's never had to experience something like this before. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad you haven't, because that's horrible. That's horrible, but he has Dream Doll to rely on, and she's just like, she's there, and he needs her there to support. Wait, if he needs her there to support him with all of this, she'll be there. And I said, oh, this is great. This is cute. I don't know if I believe it, but all right. I said, this is great for right now, because that was a real moment. So I said, all right. That relationship though, but okay. I have to just take it for what it is. Now we see the sit down. Jonathan has to sit down with Yandy and Juju. This is where we find out that Juju went and talked to Bianca, and Bianca just felt like the usual thing she feels like when it comes to Yandy, and just kind of reiterating, it's weird that this rumor is going around because she's saying that this wasn't the case, doesn't know who spread it. Next thing we know, Jonathan's like, well, actually, that was I. That was all me. Sorry. That was all me. I'm looking at him like oh, Jesus, okay. I'm just breathing through not even through my mouth. I mean, through my nose, through my mouth. Like, oh my God, Jonathan, okay. Why would you? Okay. He said he heard it from a very reliable source. Cardi B told us. Cardi B told us. You heard she said, what is it? You heard she said, oh, what from who? That's essentially how it went. I mean, Cardi said differently a couple of times, so. But that's essentially like, you heard what from who? You heard she said what from who? And that was the game Jonathan was playing. He didn't want to give up the source. I'm thinking, if this is someone that we know, we're going to find out 2 episodes later, I'm going to be irritated. But if that's not the case, then okay, cool. My major issue is that we'll get to it later, because now there's going to have to be a separate sit down with Bianca, and Jonathan wants to be there to clear the air. And I said, okay, at least you're not running away from this or tucking your tail between your legs, but let's go. Rich, him and Anais's inappropriate relationship slowly starts to form. Eyelash, Jesus. And that is just awful. It's just awful because Rich does notice, wait a minute, why is this on your finger? And she's like, oh no, this is just for decoration, as in her wedding ring. And she was hitting on him. She was doing her usual flirting, like, well, so when you saw me at the shoot, were you more interested in the water or me? And one thing leads to another. She starts to try and kiss on him. He starts kissing on her. She's enjoying all of it. We know Rich doesn't care. Rich, oh my god. So we're moving on because I'm so disinterested. Oh no, it doesn't get any better. So Snoop's talking to, who's Snoop talking to? KL, and he's just saying how, you know what, I done messed up. And Snoop is just thinking, dang, I just told this woman, okay, I just told this woman that she could believe in you, and you just, okay, just dial it back, just dial it back, just dial it back. All right, here's what you need to do. You need to just go, put your best foot forward, just be honest with her, just be truthful with her, and moving forward. I said, great, perfect, wonderful. Next, finally we get to the main mess. The main, oh, this thing almost break. The main mess is we see Yandy, Juju, Jonathan comes in a little bit later. Bianca comes in first. And so they have the conversation about their usual thing of, oh, I don't feel like you're supporting me. And Yandy's like, yeah, but you keep acting reckless, so it's hard for me to... And then here comes Jonathan 2 seconds later, and Juju was the one who set it all up. So I was like, okay, thank you for at least setting this up. Jonathan was just like, look, so that rumor, that came from me. I'm the one that put it out there, only because a reliable source told me. And so then she was like, oh, so you're being messy, you're being the punk, you're being messy, doing all this stuff. And he was okay with all of that until he wouldn't give up his source. And so that's when she got mad. She was just like, so I'm really close with this woman, and it's like, I don't really know you like that. But he says later on, yeah, we did actually meet before, and we had dinner together. She's like, okay, that's great, that's wonderful. She gets up, she's trying to charge him, she starts throwing the drinks, you know, the usual mess. And her main issue is she's upset because it's like, you're supposed to be her friend, but how you have her best interest at heart if you're going to friend something that her so-called other friend, her so-called family said, and you're saying this is from a reliable source, but you're not giving up your source. You're not giving up your source, so now it just looks like you're being the chatty patty. It just looks like you're being the gossip. It just looks like you're being the bird, and I'm not here for it. I don't appreciate it. So then Jonathan was just like, wait a minute. So you think, because he's gay, so it was just like, because he's gay, he's a male, that you know that he's going to really make sure not to even get up to look like he's trying to charge you or even put his hands on you, because that's not the person he is. And I said, okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, cool. But then he goes on and talks about how he flips it, because I think he realized the path that he was going wasn't working. So he flips it and says, all right, I'm sorry. I apologize that I put it out there and I can't, you know, give up the source, but I just wanted to let you know, I'm not trying to go and ruin the friendship that the both of you have. And then Bianca was just still upset. So then she tries again, because she's just like, yo, you just wasted your time just doing all this fodder. I don't want to hear this mess. Like, what's good? Yandy's over it because she's like, I can't deal. So this is why I can't work with you, because you're doing all this stuff. Juju's just like, how are you supposed to be getting these opportunities and keeping them if you act like this? And I agree. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week.